Oh my, what do we have here? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the studio. Thanks for tuning in. Unbelievable, unbelievable. And yes, I know I will address the title of the vlog here in 1 minute. Bear with me. First of all, cheers. Happy weekend if you're watching this when this publishes. By the way, this is publishing in late November, not in 2021. Late November, I should say, or mid-November 2020. All right, so but before we dive into my 50 mile, in fact, now we're at 58 miles. There it is on your screen in the Hoka Mach 4. Before we dive in, I did go live yesterday, and I'm getting a lot of people letting me know, Seth, I'm not getting notifications for the channel, whether it's when you publish a new vlog or whether when you go live here on the channel. So just in case you're unaware, if you navigate to the home, and I mentioned this yesterday, but I'm gonna mention it again because more and more people are letting me know, Seth, why am I not getting notifications? So go to the home page of the channel, find the little bell. I think it's right below the banner on the right-hand side. I'll try and put it on your screen right now. And then click on that bell, and then you will be able to pick your options as to when you want to be notified for when I publish new videos, when I go live here on the channel. Just wanted to put that out there because I know a lot of people are having issues with that. Okay, here we go. And yes, the wall of shoes is still being organized. Bear with me there. But we've got a few in here because right there, green shoe. Actually, let's take it off the shelf. Here it is, the Hoka Mach 3. No dice. This is the 2020 iteration of the Hoka Mach lineup, okay? And the yellow guy is the Hoka Mach 4, the 2021 iteration. And again, we'll get to the title of the vlog here in 1 second. Let's dive in. A neutral road shoe. Let's do the twist. Believe it or not, it's not twisting as easily as you might think, everybody. It's dancing, but barely. It's barely dancing, okay? So we're looking at a 5mm drop from heel to toe. It did, crazy enough, it gained 5mm of midsole stack height from the Mach 3. Unbelievable. Now we're looking at 29 in the heel, 24 in the forefoot. I believe for the women, we're looking at 27 in the heel, 22 in the forefoot is what I found through the research. Whereas this guy, the Mach 3, was 24 in the heel, 19 in the forefoot. So it gained 5mm of stack height. All right, men's size 9, we're looking at 8 ounces or 227 grams. And in my size, we are looking at 7.5 ounces, 7.5 or 215 grams. And there it is, the score on your screen. It is a ½ an ounce lighter than the Clifton 7. So if you love the Clifton 7, just so you know, this shoe is lighter. Moving on to that upper, it is an engineered mesh upper. I'm gonna say a pretty standard score with respect to the breathability. It's not overly breathable, but it's decent, okay? It's just a decent breathability. Moving on to that heel counter, let's do the test here. Fairly stout, considering a 7.5 weight class in my size. I would expect this heel counter to be a little more loosey-goosey, actually. So I'm actually pretty impressed with how Hoka created this heel counter. And yes, it has that flare. I almost said classic flare because so many companies are doing it now. New Balance, Nike, and now Hoka's introducing it into more and more of their shoes. So I love this heel counter and heel tab. So it's not a plush collar, okay, what wraps around the ankle here, but it's beyond comfortable. Beyond comfortable. Great job, Hoka, for the collar of the shoe, the heel counter, and the heel tab. Incredible heel pocket, meaning you just feel so locked in, so secure through the foot strike because of that, the overall design of the back of the shoe here. Now it is a semi-gusseted tongue, okay? Oh my goodness. Now it's not a plush tongue. It's fairly thin there, okay? So comfortable. Okay, let's just do it right now. Lockdown score. Oh, I gotta take a breather. Take a breather here. 9.75 for the lockdown. This shoe fits like a glove. The lockdown, I'm gonna say, is the best lockdown of 2020, even though this is a 2021 shoe. It just lays, I don't know what they did. I don't know how they made so much progress from this guy to this guy. So anyway, the lockdown, unbelievable. And my overall score for the upper is very high because it just fits like a glove through this entire upper. And okay, we do actually have one drawback for the upper. I'll come back to it here in 1 second, in a minute here. Now moving on to this ProFly midsole foam. So this bright yellow foam here just under the upper is softer. It's a softer density CMEVA versus the lighter yellow, which actually doubles as the outsole. Okay, we'll come back to the outsole in 1 second. And the ProFly technology allows for a softer landing through the heel with a more responsive toe off under the forefoot. And I felt it out there so much. Like, it just, the ride, everybody, that's why we got this shoe to 50 miles so quickly. And as soon as I stepped out my door and I started jogging, I said to myself, okay, this midsole, this is not a, bop along, what I call my easy days where I'm going like 9-minute pace. This is a fun, responsive, energy return type of midsole. It just was, and let's do the durometer test. It just felt so, gosh, I mean, I can't think of any better way to describe it except for energy return, energetic, just felt peppy. That's a good word, peppy underfoot. And the durometer test compared, there it is, like so nice with my thumbs going into the midsole foam there compared to the Mach 3. And I was not the only one that thought this. A lot of people were very, not disappointed, but struggling with the Mach 3 midsole. It was just hard, dense. It is, especially considering like Hoka's not known for kind of harder landing through their midsoles. So I think this Mach 3 took a lot of people by surprise in not a good way. So anyway, that durometer test, no good here in the Mach 3, but really good here in the Mach 4. Just the right amount of soft landing, coupled with the fact that they're using this multi-density midsoles. So it's this rubberized foam on the outsole that allows the shoe to stay under 8 ounces in my size, which is great. Because if they would have put rubber here, more rubber on the outsole, which so many companies do now, it would have increased the weight of the shoe and it would have decreased the types of runs that you can pull off in this shoe, which we will get to here in a minute. Plus, there's a decoupled groove here through the heel. I love that. Just gives a little more of a trampoline feel under the heel, especially. So I love how when companies create that decoupled groove there. There's also a decoupled flare here at the back of the shoe, and it's mimicking the Clifton Edge, but it's not nearly as pronounced. I think a lot of people, I don't know anyone really that loved the Clifton Edge. It just was way too much heel here sticking out the back. I'll try and find some footage for you. I tested it out early. It didn't make it to 50 miles because it was just a strange shoe, the Hoka Clifton Edge. So I think Hoka maybe listened to everybody after they tested the Clifton Edge and realized, okay, maybe our heel doesn't need to be so pronounced here in the back. So overall, very pleased with the midsole and outsole of the Hoka Mach 4. Now for the fit and the comfort fit, I went true to size for the length of the shoe, no issues at all, especially with this heel pocket and this heel counter. Again, the lockdown, unbelievable. But for the width of the shoe, I'm gonna say if you prefer a little more room for your toes to splay out, you might want to get the wide option, okay? It's not an overly roomy toe box, but personally for me, I prefer a snug fit over too much room in my toe box, especially for if I want to go a little faster. But keep that in mind, the toe box, it was, my pinky toe was pressing against the upper just a smidge, and I actually kind of like that security feel through my toe box. And then the midfoot, maybe the same. If you have a really wide foot, you probably are going to want to get the wide option for the Mach 4. For the comfort, again, it's not a plush upper, but it's a comfortable upper. And then the midsole, it's not a crazy plush, it's not a maximalist shoe, but again, it's just so comfortable. And actually, I forgot to do this. Let's pull this out here. Okay, nothing crazy, maybe a little more than some other past Hoka insoles or sock liners. That's interesting. They have holes there under the forefoot. It's got a little bit there, a little bit of cushion there through that sock liner. Nothing crazy plush for the comfort, but they don't need it. And you know, the more plush that a shoe is, the heavier it is going to be, which again limits how you can use the shoe for different workouts in your training regimen. For my positives, it is the locked. Actually, I couldn't pick one. It's the lockdown and it's the ride. If I had to pick one, I would say lockdown, but man, that ride is so nice as well. Now here's the drawback, which connects to the upper as well. I don't know if I've ever done this before. The shoelaces are too long. They're too long, Hoka. It's like I actually had to tuck them in as I was testing the shoe out because they're just flopping around too much. It's not the end of the world, but it's just a little, I would say, it takes a little more time to lace up the shoes if you have to tuck the laces in. So that is the only drawback for the Hoka Mach 4. If that's the only drawback, this shoe is doing really, really good. Now the durability prediction, this is actually my lowest score for the entire shoe. 7.5 out of 10 for the 400-mile durability prediction. And that might be a little high. I don't know. Even after 58 miles, the outsole is starting to show some wear and tear. So I think that Hoka, I love the fact that there's no rubber on the outsole. I would lean in that direction, but just keep in mind, the shoe might not last for 600, 700, 800 miles just because there is an exposed rubberized outsole foam there on the bottom. I do think the upper, though, is going to go the distance. I think Hoka's really come a long way with respect to the build quality of their uppers. I'm thinking like back to the Hoka, like the Clifton 5 or 4, when a lot of people had issues with the toe box with holes through the toe box. Now, here's the interesting thing. How will I use this shoe moving forward? I can't pick one. So, daily trainer, tempo day, long run, middle distance, not quite a threshold day, and not quite a track workout. Now even though I did use it on a track yesterday, I wanted to see how it would do at faster paces. It did fine, but I would want to pick a shoe that's, so this, what was it, 7.5 in my size. I would want to do a shoe like the Brooks Hyperion Tempo, which is I think about an ounce lighter. There it is on your screen. I would want to use that shoe for a track workout versus this guy. So it's not quite a track workout shoe, but I'm telling you, this shoe is going to be able to accomplish many, many tasks for all of you out there in 2021. Now, price point, $130. That's awesome, everybody. $130 for the Hoka Mach 4, which is available. Oh, the heartbreak. I don't know why it's not available until, for what I heard, is March 2021. That feels like a century away from now. So I feel so bad that I'm talking about this shoe now and it's not available. And I don't know why, I don't know what's going on as far as the production of the shoe, but it's not available until March. And the reason the score is so good for that $130 price point, because usually for like an easy day shoe, I like them to be under $120. So this is an easy day shoe, but it's also a tempo day, also a long run, also a middle distance day. So it can knock out 4 tasks within my personal training regimen. And that is why the score is so high, because I'd do 145, I would do maybe even 150 for the Hoka Mach 4. That's how much I love the shoe, how great it feels, but also, again, how many tasks it can accomplish within. And here are some other shoes I'm going to put on your screen that I would put into a similar category, kind of, for example. But here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing. The Asics Nova Blast, let me put it on. I think it's an ounce heavier, at least an ounce heavier. Let's put it on the scale in my size. It's an 8.5, 7.5. 8.5, 7.5. So it's hard. I'm going to do my best to, again, put on your screen other shoes that I'm putting into a similar category, but this is special. It's going to be a really, really special shoe in 2021. And here are the quick specs for the Hoka Mach 4 on your screen as a quick refresher. Oh my goodness, here we go. Final score, full review, 50-mile full review. I think this is the highest score I've ever given for a shoe here in the studio. 8.72 out of 10, 8.7. So not only did we break into the 8s, we were heading toward the 9s. Didn't quite get to 9. That'll be a really special shoe. I gotta catch my breath. I don't even know what to say. Man. Okay, question of the day. What? Man. Okay, let's go there. Let's go there. So this is publishing November 2020. I have a feeling this vlog is gonna be watched a lot in about 3, 4, 5 months from now. So we'll go do a little jump to the future down in the comments. What do you predict will be the company that creates the best, let's call it daily trainer running shoe in 2021, and why that company? And if you want to, bonus points if you actually choose the model of the shoe. So, you know, the company and the model, who's going to create the best daily trainer running shoe? We'll stick with the roads for now, not trail, roads in 2021. Let's make some predictions, and what we'll do, I'll save this vlog and then I'll jump back to it, let's say in 3 or 4 months from now, or even like 6 or 7 months from now. All right, everyone, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Oh, mama, butter the bread, Hoka Mach 4. Good job, Hoka. You did it. You did it. All right, we'll toss it to, you know, we'll toss it. I guess we could toss, you know, Hoka Mach 3 or Asics Nova Blast. I'll pick one of those. Hoka Mach 3 or Asics Nova Blast. We'll toss it to it right here, right here, right here. Butter that bread, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.